a family on a mission to move their dream home.
It's totally surreal, absolutely surreal.
Will their Craftsman Cottage survive a treacherous 20-mile trek?
Very exciting seeing it on the highway.
Through muddy fields.
We're getting a little stuck here.
And freezing rain.
It's starting to snow. That's a little scary.
Hauling this colossus will be nothing short of one massive move. Armon, Alberta. A small farming community in the shadow of the mighty Rockies. Steve and Christine Barnsdale moved here from England 10 years ago to bring up their 3 young boys, Reuben, Noah, and Nathan, on a farm.
We had a dream of coming out and beef farming out here, and just having a go at a different life in a different place.
The kids so far just love the farm. You know, we have a few sheep and they love them.
Those 2 were born about just a day before this guy was born.
There's one problem. They need a real family home.
We live next door to my parents and have done for the last 10 years, but it's a mobile home. And so we were looking to go into something a little more permanent.
To put down some roots on a farm of their own, they've bought this 140-acre plot of land just across the road. Builder Steve's poured the foundations. All they need now is a house to move onto them. And they've found the perfect farmhouse. This 1940s Craftsman Cottage. It's crammed with the period features Steve and Christine were looking for.
Yeah, I love the old step. It's got the old architectural elements to it, and you know it's original, you know, even down to the doorknobs being glass.
Maple floors, wide open windows, and a large living space make this the perfect family home for their new site.
I sense that this is where we should be. I totally can see us in here.
It definitely has that sort of warm feeling to it, even when the heating's off.
The cottage currently sits outside the town of Olds, north of Calgary. It needs moving. More than 20 miles to reach their farm near Harmonton. Railways, road signs, and power lines will make this a risky road trip.
I'm expecting quite a lot of cracks, I think. Steve said it shouldn't be too bad.
We can fix it.
Fix them all.
Steve and Christine bought the cottage for the bargain price of just $12,000. Moving it will cost them $25,000. Building foundations and an addition, another $157,000, bringing the total cost for this ambitious project to $194,000. To carry out the move, they've called in Alberta's finest heavy hauling team, McCann Building Movers.
Yeah.
Headed up by Dwayne McCann.
Gotta try to get it by the short curlies right now, or else we won't get it at all. Hold it!
First task, clear the site and release the house from its footing.
Once it starts, it really starts. It's demolition.
Budging this 60-ton colossus is going to take some mighty muscles.
Yeah, it's pretty physical. I've worked hard before. This is hard.
They're really tearing into the house, so I'm feeling a little bit nervous. It's nerve-wracking, yeah.
Inside the house, there are more problems. The chimney, porch, and deck all add to this home's charm, but they also make it an unwieldy load. Hit the road with the house as it is, and it'll be torn to shreds. So Dwayne's crew must make the homestead more slimline, taking out the 6-ton chimney and ripping off the protruding deck. They must also reinforce the porch to make the huge house fit to hit the highway.
We're just taking down the old chimney. They can't move it with the house. It just crumbles. Fun.
It doesn't take long for Dwayne's team to clear the deck.
It's kind of old and rotten and stuff, so probably the quickest solution.
But sliding these monster support beams under the cottage will be more tricky.
It's a big toy, very big toy. Come ahead a bit.
Hey, watch it, guys. 4 tons. Crush you like a bug.
That tight there!
It'll take 6 pumping jacks to lift the hefty house off its old footing.
It's how it'll take to all the lifting up and down and sliding, and I feel like I'm just sort of
There, and then.
hanging on to my seat.
You guys ready down there? Okay.
Raise her up, Cecil.
Going up. Oh, wrong way.
Incredible. Look, that's our house going up in the air. Isn't that crazy?
It's just kind of unbelievable.
There's definitely no turning back, that's for sure. We can't leave it here now.
In Olds, Alberta, Steve and Christine Barnsdale are moving this Craftsman Cottage 20 miles across the prairies to their farm in Armon.
Quite nervous about the actual move. Naturally, I think. It's quite a big deal.
Dwayne McCann's move crew have ripped the house off its 70-year-old footings. Now they face an even bigger test, sliding the 60-ton Colossus onto wheels. Time to break out the wash bags, boys.
A little bit of soap in between the main beams. Hook a couple winch lines on her and off she goes.
Look, the house is moving, guys. Wow.
It's a really impressive sight to see such a heavy structure being just slid across.
She moans and groans, but she slides pretty nice there.
Wow, house is over there now.
Keep going.
Dwayne's crew must now guide the house 50 meters to the roadside. Heavy mud and family pets will make this maneuver tricky.
A small little gravestone over there, and I mean, I really don't want to disturb that.
Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's rained last night, so everything's a bit wet and slippery, and I think it'll be some wheel spinning.
25 seconds.
It's a slog, even for Dwayne's top trucker, Barry Matheson.
And it's slick, so it's a little bit of a fight back and forth here. Just wiggle our way out.
Yeah, it looks like they're slipping a little bit.
He needs nerves of steel to stop the house sinking.
We're gonna wiggle it around here a bit, see what we can do. Straighten out a bit. Good. Back up a bit.
Spinning wheels back and forth to catch that little bit of grip. Very good drivers. That's incredible.
That's that for today, buddy.
It was a little sloppy there. Hopefully it doesn't do any worse here overnight.
8 a.m., the day of the big move. The forecast for sleet and snow will make the 20-mile journey tough going.
It's clouded over here, so we can only cross our fingers and hope she holds up. A little bit of rain, a little bit of snow will make it a little bit ugly on the other end there.
Dwayne's crew must reach Steve and Christine's farm before sunset to avoid ice making the move even more difficult.
First bit is going to be to get the traffic stopped out of the way. Once they have that under control, we'll be good to pull out.
It's on the road and it's going. Listen to it. Oh my goodness. It's starting to snow. That's a little scary.
The snow's not the only problem. A railway line crosses the road ahead. Go too fast, and the house will be shaken to bits on the uneven track. Go too slow, and this home will meet its maker. The next few minutes will be a real test of truck driver Barry's skill. He'll need to be extremely careful, driving at precisely 5 miles per hour to make it across in one piece.
Expecting the train? Well, no, we weren't expecting the train here. Can't really stop those guys when they're going.
The biggest thing to worry about is just getting through the signs if we have the width. Sometimes we have to go swing through on an angle.
They clear the tracks.
We can start snowflakes coming here now, so hopefully it don't get too much worse.
But the obstacles keep coming, thick and fast. The support beams under the house make the load extremely wide, straddling both sides of the road. It's also very high. The 15 low-slung power lines up ahead mean this house is on an electrifying collision course. So the crew need to double the number of electricians on this move, so they can then lift the cables from both sides of the road. It's the only way that this super high and super wide house will squeeze through.
Peak is crossways with the road. So that just makes our maximum height the whole width of the road, which can make lifting the wires a little more difficult.
Last one going by, a little red one.
If the peak was this way, it'd be a little easier. But when it's crossways, of course, you got to have the height through the whole width of the house.
Barry must keep his eyes on the prize to sneak the house under all the wires.
You know, if we hit this wire, we're gonna die. Just coming under another wire here.
Bring it to your right, 2-8.
Clear on this wire.
Clear the wire.
One more under, probably 5 more to go here.
Wow, it's just so surreal. So surreal. the further along they get, the more bizarre it becomes, I think.
In Alberta, Wayne's crew is battling the elements to haul Steve and Christine's Craftsman Cottage to their farm.
Here it comes. My goodness. It's totally surreal. Absolutely totally surreal.
They're 10 miles into the 20-mile journey. A stream of traffic is slowly growing behind the extra wide load. And up ahead is an obstacle that could scupper everything.
It's going to be a little tight squeeze here. We might have to just lift up the one side to get over top of the guardrail. I measured twice, but sometimes I could be wrong.
The road suddenly narrows, leading into a bridge that's just 25 feet wide. Try crossing now, and this house will become a riverside wreck. So the team need to think fast. They'll hoist up the chains holding the beams in place to raise the house above the guide rails. They must work quickly, or they'll trigger a pileup.
Can't hold them up too much long. People get impatient.
It stopped.
We tried to lift it up a little bit here to get over top of the guardrail here, so just needed a couple of inches here. Lift it up. Chains. Good.
Strong cold guy coming at you here, so let him know what's up.
Should be good, Barry. Come ahead slow.
That's the most nerve-wracking part of the whole journey.
It's very exciting seeing it on the highway.
It was really tight squeeze.
This is awesome. I'm in my element right now and I'm loving every minute of it.
They clear the bridge, allowing the traffic to pass safely. Trucker Barry is anxious to reach the farm fast, to avoid ice on the roads tonight. But the dangers aren't over yet.
Oh, we've gotten off the highway. Maybe some rough road to worry about.
Yeah, 200, 300 meters. And I think I'm in the way right now, actually, apparently.
I think the biggest problem I have today with this side is the wet, the mud. Mud always makes everything a little slower.
The new foundations are finally in sight. Truck driver Barry can turn off the tarmac, but up ahead he faces an open field. Snow is falling and the mud is freezing fast, forming a slippery slalom ride that could be too much for the fragile house. The crew needs some extra traction. They'll put snow chains on the wheels to help the truck claw its way to the drop zone.
After about the first half inch of soil, it's like butter. So if we don't have these chains on, we'll just sit there spinning and spinning.
Well, the change is probably going to be the difference between us getting there and not getting there.
Beams are really, really close to the entryway there. It's a pretty tight squeeze for it.
We get the back of the beams touching the ground, and then you're just dragging the hose instead of rolling.
Now we're going to lift it up and drop the front right down. Go ahead, yeah.
The final 200 bumpy meters are a hard slog for the team.
We've almost got her beat, but this will tell the tale right here.
Keep her rolling, Barry. Another 5-6 feet. We'll be clear of the little dip here. Inches from beams touching. Start the downwind.
Watching it when it's going across the field, I was telling the kids, looks like there's an earthquake going on. Oh, I just wonder what it's like inside.
And it's nearly there, and they haven't even got stuck yet.
That's her.
Very exciting.
The house reaches its new footing, but the job's not done yet. In Armon, Alberta, Steve and Christine's Craftsman Cottage has made it through the sleet and snow to their farm. They're anxious to take a peek inside.
It's looking pretty good, actually.
It feels right.
The place had cracks before it came, and there's just a few more now. Nothing major, nothing that can't be fixed.
The delicate home is holding up well, but there's one last challenge for Dwayne's crew.
I'm going to come down a bit.
Slide the house onto its new basement.
Once it's off the wheels, it's on the rollers, then away it goes.
We're just going to start rolling her back here pretty quick. Okay. Keep coming.
The crew lash a digger to the front of the house to drag it further forward, and a truck to the rear to stop it sliding out of control.
This house will easily push that bobcat and everything way over to the west there. Sean, always keep the slack in the chain. Well, we're gonna pull it the rest of the way with the bobcat now. We're damn close here.
One foot to go and it's there.
Okay, coming down.
After a 4-day struggle, Dwayne's crew finally settled the house down.
That's her. We're on it. I can see the smiles on their face. I can tell they're looking forward to getting started and starting their new life in the home. So it'll be good, and I'm happy for them.
The house is in exactly the same condition it was when it left, and that just speaks volumes for their skill and their ability, and it was well worth it. Well worth getting those guys to do it.
Weeks later, winter has arrived. The family are looking forward to moving out of their mobile home and into their Craftsman Cottage, but it'll take some time for them to complete the ambitious renovations.
We're really hoping to move in about 15 months, so that'll be around Christmas 2013.
We'll want to emulate what's in the house originally, because it's the character of the house and the original floors and trim work and everything that we really loved about the place.
Steve's hard at work designing the additions, which will add 3 bedrooms and a bathroom to this already spacious house.
There's this conversation going on all the time. In the new house, we're going to do this, and in the new house, we're going to have this. They're very excitable about having stairs. It's a new adventure. The mountains have got fresh snow on this morning, and it's just a beautiful view.